This one is no doubtedly why so many people start a fitness journey. I'm gonna go to the gym all the time. I'm gonna get healthy. I'm gonna eat all the salad that I can because I'm sick of feeling this way. 2 weeks later, you quit. And this is gonna be why that happens. And it is the most simple reason why it always falls off. And that is because you're not setting up your goals and habits effectively to get you to results. And what I mean by that is, if getting results does not fit in with your lifestyle, you're always going to be making a trade-off from your social life or your work and trying to fit exercise in. And it's so common that people say, right, I'm going to start doing the gym, that's it, I'm going every single day. So you're trying to go 6 times a week for an hour. If you miss a gym session, oh, I'm a failure because I've said I'm going to go gym all the time. The reality is you don't need to go to the gym every day. And if your training schedule does not fit in with your life, you've got absolutely no chance of making it sustainable, because at some point you're going to burn out. And the sad reality is a lot of people will choose that their health suffers rather than their social life. Now, I'm not saying that either should suffer. What needs to happen is a balance. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through how to create that balance and the best way to train to make sure that it fits within your lifestyle. So before you start on your journey to becoming fit, becoming healthy, you've decided today's the day, I'm sick of how I look, I feel miserable, I feel like I'm fucking huge, whatever the feelings that are going through your head. It could be the way that you look in the mirror, the fact that you don't fit any of your clothes anymore. All of these things are something that one day, the discomfort of staying where you are is going to be too much. And you're going to want to make a change. So when you get to that point, the first thing you need to understand is, right, I need to set realistic training schedules. So there's no point if you're a busy parent and you need to take your kids to school, then go to work, then do X, Y, and Z. Don't tell yourself you're gonna be training 5-6 times a week, because that is unrealistic. And as I say, when you train and you skip a session because you've told yourself, oh, I'm going to do it 5 times a week, in your head already you're going to be telling yourself, I'm a failure. I've not done what I said I was going to do. This fitness stuff ain't for me. I'm going to quit. So you don't need to train that much, as I've mentioned. You can train 3 times a week, and this is the best workout routine if you're training 3 times a week. You want to be looking at full body sessions. It does exactly what it says on the tin. So you're going to work absolutely all of your body through a session 3 times a week, because that way everything gets covered and you're going to progress. It is realistic, it's sustainable, and it's not like you're going to be like, oh, I can train 3 times a week, let me just train chest every day. So you want to be doing 3 full body sessions. And as always, you need to prioritize compound lifts in these sessions. So they're going to be your bench press, your bent over row, pull-ups, squats, deadlifts, anything that most of the time involves a barbell. And they're going to be the most effective exercises to get in, because you're using more than one muscle group at once, which is then in turn, if you're training at the right intensity, you'll burn more calories through that session, and you'll give each muscle group a decent workout. So if you can only train 3 times a week, focus on full body sessions. Next up, and I truly believe that this is the sweet spot for everyone, training 4 times a week. Now, the reason I say this is the sweet spot is because if you train 4 times a week, that means you have 3 rest days. So what is consistent is that you train rather than you rest. Plus, the way to set it up, I think, in an ideal world is you have the weekend off, because that is the time that you have the most free time to socialise, to get everything that you want to get from a weekend. No one wants to waste an hour in the gym at the weekend or think, oh shit, I need to go to the gym before I start getting ready for this night out. So do the work through the week. So the best way to structure this is Monday, Tuesday, you train. Wednesday, you have a day off. Thursday, Friday, you train. The weekend is off. And again, with these sessions, you want to prioritise your compound lifts. And the structure of these workouts is going to be upper and a lower split. And that does exactly what it says on the tin. So first and foremost, on an upper day, you're doing basically everything above the waist, and lower body, everything below the waist, right? So with this split, obviously you're gonna be able to get more exercises in for each muscle group in a session, because if you're doing a full body session, let's say you're in the gym for an hour, you've got to split the load between your upper body and your lower body. Whereas when you've got specific days for your upper body and your lower body, you're going to be training more, that muscle group more, which is going to give you better results in the long term. So 4 training days a week, you want to go with an upper and lower split. If you're somebody that can't live without the gym, I would prescribe definitely doing, or not definitely doing, if you're someone that feels like, oh my God, like I have to train, it gets my head in the right place, 5 days a week. And when you're doing a 5 days a week split, all you need to do is push, so anything that you're pushing away, yeah, pull, so that would be a bent over row, and then you'll go legs. So often that looks like it would be chest and shoulders, because that's a push. A pull would be back, biceps, and then legs. You want to dedicate a session to legs. And there's this idea that the bro split is what everyone should do. And the bro split is basically training one muscle group at a time. But there are several studies out there to show that on a bro split, the time in between you're training each muscle group is too big. So therefore, the muscle is not being used. So therefore, the muscle's not being used over. So therefore, the muscle group is not being trained enough throughout a week. So it's not gonna, you will get results on it, but they're not gonna be as much as if you're training each muscle group twice a week. So push-pull legs is what you wanna look at. Again, I can't stress to you enough, with your training, it has to fit around your lifestyle. And that is the biggest part of my job as an online coach. Making my clients understand what they can and can't fit in a week, and then prescribing them the right gym routine for them to be targeted towards their goals. And with training as well, the secret key is it needs to be in what I call the Goldilocks spot. Right? So like Goldilocks, too hot, too cold, just right, yeah? So too cold is gonna be too easy, yeah? Too hot is gonna be too hard. Whereas just right is gonna push you just outside of your comfort zone so you can attain the result that you want to achieve and move forward. So whenever you're setting up your schedule, setting up your training schedule, always remember, you want to be aiming for the Goldilocks zone, and it has to fit around your lifestyle. Otherwise, it's never, ever, ever going to be sustainable. And you're going to feel like absolute shit because you're expecting too much from yourself. And therefore, when you start missing the 5th and 6th session that you could never, ever fit into your week, you're going to look at yourself as a failure. And that is just not the case. It's just you haven't set up your training program. You haven't set up your training program properly. Hope that helps. If it did, please like, subscribe to the channel. As you know, there's more or less a video of the day coming out for you to get healthy in the right way. There's too many idiots on the internet that are prescribing shit, quick win, fat loss goals, which, yes, okay, you might lose weight really quickly, you might see results really quickly, but I can tell you now for free, in those schemes, there is no way you're going to sustain it. And as I always say, health only ends when you die. So you want to find something that is sustainable for you so you can keep getting results, staying healthy in your body and in your mind.